All right, folks, welcome on back. Good morning. Happy Thursday. Great to have all of us here back on social media first, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, the works. Looking a little funky here in front of you right now. I got my orange sunglasses on. I'll explain why in just a moment. But great to have all of us back, though, collectively. Social media, as I had said, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, the works. Though, hey, especially on YouTube down below, hit the follow or subscribe button, at least right there. We're live each and every morning, each and every afternoon. We have a huge event today, and we'll get more into that as well in just a bit, too. Let's get right to our trading room members, though. Michael, Margaret, Leda, Gillis, Charlene, Wayne, Sam, Brad. I saw Bob earlier, Mike, Greg, Phil, a bunch of us at least there just joining us right now. So why the orange sunglasses, right? Well, a couple reasons. First, commiserations to my New York Knicks. They ended up losing a tight game in the Eastern Conference Finals, at least last night against Indiana. Well, that's not really the reason why, folks. I mean, my eyes were actually hurting me. I was staring at my bright computer screen pretty much a good chunk of the night into the early morning because Bitcoin, pretty orange, right? That's the reason why I'm honestly wearing these glasses here. Look a little weird, but it's in celebration, of course, with Bitcoin breaking all-time highs. Bitcoin known for, the orange color, obviously. So, with that said, inside our live trading room, for any of us that are in anything Bitcoin related, Bitcoin itself, the IBIT ETF, the other ETFs that we could list, MicroStrategy, Robinhood, Coinbase, the mining stocks we'll get to a little bit. We'll see if those are moving as well. But altogether, Bitcoin is breaking new all-time highs. So we have been talking about this for a long time. This is not our first day, week, month, year with Bitcoin. You can go back on our YouTube channel, again, once more on social media. Subscribe right to us down below. We don't just do stocks. We do Bitcoin, crypto all together. So at Cyber Trading U. And just to show that at least here, give me a quick. We've been on this for a little while, folks, right? That's a video that we had on our YouTube channel, still showing from October of last year. We've been posting since like really 2020, 2021. So now at this point, where is Bitcoin going to go up to next? Well, that video actually showed it. I gave you my price targets back then, but there's a lot that's changed since that time, of course. So a couple of things with this. We're going to be discussing this on top in our Cyber Expo event coming up just all throughout the morning into the afternoon today, just starting up at 11 o'clock Eastern time. So if you're on social media, hey, register right here. We'll post the link for you in social media. If you're in Inside Our Live Trading Room, we're going to just repost one more time there. We've been doing that already. But, for students like Wayne Allen, Sam, Lynn and Randy, etc., just to mention, make sure that you register. Click that link so you could join us later on today, all throughout the morning into the afternoon here today. So actually one of the big presenters I'm looking forward to here. I mean, all of them are great, don't get me wrong, but our guy Jay Trader. So we look forward to having him on top. But yeah, we're talking not just stocks, but crypto here on as well. And now also myself, hey, I'll be on Bookmap's YouTube channel later on today as well, 2 o'clock Eastern to be exact for that one. So 2 p.m. Eastern, we'll post the link if you're inside our live trading room at least later on for that there. A lot going on. Education, multi-speaker events, Bookmap webinars. We have class tomorrow too on top. So yeah, it's a great day, great week to be a member inside our live trading room. So let's just resort myself here because, well, that's not the only thing that's making a move today. So let's get to the NVTS trade. The NVTS came out with some huge news of its own, at least early in the after hours yesterday. It's pretty much right after 4 o'clock. 4:15, 4:20 Eastern, big move up. So the news that came out was, I think, a NVIDIA partnership, if not, what was it, a stake? I'm just going to get the exact headline at least here. So one moment. NVTS, my dyslexia. Okay, so NVTS, they announced NVIDIA is going to partner with them. I don't know the first thing about this stuff, but 800 volt HVDC architecture, sure. So yeah, big news at least when a major Mag 7 company ends up partnering with, well, a smaller cap company. And it's not the first company that NVIDIA's partnered with, and not the first over the last year. So if you recall, soon this made a huge run up over the last year or so. They announced a partnership with NVIDIA back then, and they took off like a rocket. I think APLD also is another one that we did really well on coming off a NVIDIA partnership. So yeah, these things happen. These things absolutely happen. You don't want to just try and hope for one to come out in 5 months from now and it doesn't, and then you blow your account on a small cap trade. So it came out of left field for us. Now our job as traders is to follow the money, react to it all. So at least here it ran up early in the after hours. It pulled back and built a nice support. Wouldn't shock me if it ends up pulling back there at least later on today. Otherwise, though, it did keep building higher lows throughout the after hours yesterday. It kept going up and up and up. So really throughout the morning and pre-market, tried to break under this, held back better above it, and that's where it's starting to build now here heading into the open. So it's just kind of in between support resistance. I like the stock though because it's 100% tradable, good spread, good order book. Let me just see the float on it. Yeah, 138 million shares in the float. That's not a small low float stock. If you just only trade the Mag 7 companies, then that's probably low for you, I guess. But for us here in the trading room, we don't like try and go the lowest, but hey, 138,000 or 138 million versus even 32, even versus 3. We'll get to this kids trade in just a bit, but this is 100% tradable. This is a nice stock to look at going into the open. So easily just going to put this on our list to start, right? Why not? Now, what's NVIDIA up to? Just taking a look. How's NVIDIA doing? This had a great run yesterday, but then ended up dumping off here with the market heading into the afternoon. So right now it's just pushing up a little bit, just like it normally does. It's a very volatile stock. So if you do well on this trade normally, then I'm sure you're going to put it on your personal list. But yeah, I mean, outside of the MVTS, what I want to do is go back just from yesterday and go over a couple of trades at least. Convenient timing. Lottery, LTRY popping right back on up like real time now. So look at this thing starting to fly here now. I wasn't expecting that. I was just simply going to go over the move from yesterday. I saw it early in the morning. It was just dead. So yesterday we were on top of this trade, ended up making a nice pop to start, but we don't really focus on stocks below $1. We really don't. I mean, the majority of people out here in the market don't focus on stocks below $1. I mean, their scans are set to probably something higher even, but at the minimum, just like 1. There are people that trade stocks below $1. I get that. I'm just saying most don't. So once it pops up over $1, it's going to pop up on that much more people's radars. And if our whole concept here is to follow the smart money, follow the big money alike, well, once it ended up breaking above $1 and running from it here, well, you tell me, guess what became support? Right? It's funny how that works out. So it ended up making a great push up. I mean, nearly up $1, up towards 2. Now heading into the open today. I mean, with this pop, it kind of reinvigorates our interest here in this move. So I don't mind putting it back on our list to start. If it just dumps right back down heading into the end of this meeting, I'll take it off our list. But I like this trade now. I wasn't expecting it. Chuck saying OKLO moving. Yeah, we'll get to that, I'm sure, in just a moment there, Chuck. What else did we have from yesterday, at least? It was the HYLN. I guess this is another cheap stock, but this is what happens to most of these low float stocks. So good in pre-market, bad after the open. This thing was dead pretty much afterwards. The edible arrangements trade was at least pretty good from the day before, pushed up a little bit here on a slingshot, but after that, again, pretty lackluster. We did well on the CRWV. That's like a fairly new IPO, a little bit more expensive, but it's only been breaking higher highs with higher lows, and up even more now this morning in pre-market. So, I could put this back on our list just because, again, it's pretty strong. But this one, again, given the price, the order book, there's just easier trades. That NVTS, I'm personally like 100 times more interested in than this. But if I'm like going to put Bitcoin on our watch list and IBIT with that breaking all-time highs, I got to give respect to this stock that's doing the same exact thing. So with that, let me actually put IBIT on our list. I didn't really do that just there. All right, so what we'll do is go right from top to bottom right now, just build up our watch list here and see what we got. So let's do this here one more time. I've been building up a nice catalog, a nice collection of buyout photos. This is a buyout, the stock, VIGL. It's up 241%. Congratulations to anyone that held on to that trade or has been in that stock. I mean, to wake up and see it up over 200%, it's pretty crazy. but buyouts still move. So we're going to pass on that for right now. All right. Let me go back there. What was it? XAGE. Never really heard of that trade before. It's holding higher lows at least. Float's not, I guess, microscopic. It is pretty low. Oops. There we go. Yeah, it reflects in the chart. It reflects in the long-term graph here. This is certainly not a swing trade, so don't try and get too crazy on this one at least. I'll even come back to this at the end of the meeting. I'm not fully sold on it just yet, but we'll come back. This is why I'm not fully sold on it because, again, just if it ends up making lower high, pulls back. At this stage now, this trade, I'm definitely not looking at BDRX. Kids, this was the one that had the low float, super low float. So, yeah, it's not surprising the same thing happened there. This one we're familiar with, at least, MLGO, but just taking one look at the daily chart as well, right? I mean, again, you can see it up and down. History often repeats itself. So it had a good run for us back in the beginning of April, end of March, and came back down. For the open today, it's up 14%. I don't mind putting it on our list because at least it has a good spread and we are familiar with it. So we know how it moves. We know that this thing can snap back down, reverse on a whim. So, just be mindful of it, but we like it. We'll put it on our watch list there. KDLY. And this is, I think, breaking higher highs, right? Almost. Yeah, it's pretty much doing it from this week and just needs to get back up towards the all-time high that we had here. Had a crazy run up on the stock back one morning back in, was it May 10th? What was that? Or no, it was that Friday, right? Oh, no, pardon me. It was the 12th, Monday. There you go. Again, my date's wrong right now. So Monday morning, we woke up, like last week it was, and this thing was just off to the racetracks. Ended up dumping back down, obviously, but let's try one more time here. I know it's going to have a bad order book for a $29, $30 stock, so I'd rather focus on this assist trade or asset trade. This is a Bitcoin-related stock, too. It's not going to move with Bitcoin perfectly. Keep in mind, one is not like the other. This was breaking all-time highs last night into this morning. It's still holding up here pretty well. Bitcoin itself. This made a pop yesterday. It came back down pretty ugly. And then, it's trying to build back up a little bit more here today. ALEC trade, same thing. I mean, this VTYX also made a pop and drop. Now with crypto, Bitcoin's going up. You have the other cryptos out there. The number 2 one out there is Ethereum, if you're not familiar. So these are ETFs for the crypto Ethereum. It's up 10%. There's a chance that this could be a great swing trade, even better than Bitcoin here in the short term. I just would rather focus on equities, the non-Bitcoin stocks at least. Let's see what else we got outside of just Bitcoin. For as much as I love it, and a lot of our students do inside our room, that's just where we want to cater to everyone else. If you're not as much a big fan, then there's other trades out there. That Lumen, let me go back to that. LUMN, we're familiar with this one too. Lumen Technologies had a big pop for us back also in July, August time, came back down, but this will be tradable. Going back up a little bit here since 8:30 in the morning. All right. Again, if you're just joining us right now, looking a little funky on YouTube right now, again, my celebratory Bitcoin glasses on, aka my blue light blocking glasses. So the eyes hurt a little bit, but outside of that, Bitcoin's doing great. So we're celebrating a little bit with some Bitcoin, the orange. Now Serve is pushing up a little bit. Not really doing too much, though. Kind of a spotty chart, inactive for what we normally see it do. CLSK is going up pretty nicely, at least. So this is a Bitcoin mining stock. It looks good enough for us to put this on our watch list, at least. I just want to see any other non-Bitcoiners. Hot stock moved a little bit early this morning, but died off. Maybe we'll come back to that later on. LAES, same here. Popped and dropped better yesterday. This is more of an underwhelming move right now. This will be more of a prove me wrong type of deal. I'll believe it when I see it type deal. I'd rather focus on the others. So I'll tell you what, the mining stocks are up. The Bitcoin mining stocks are up. The only one I'm really as focused on, at least for the time being, is the CLSK. I'm sure the others are going to make a decent move too, but the CLSK has a pretty good resistance it's building up to from yesterday. So the more it keeps testing that, it's more prone to pop and make a stronger run. So that's just like the one I'll kind of slap on there. Let's see what we got from the loser side here, folks. Anything looking just as good, if not better, as a short, or maybe down enough to be a dead cat bounce. We'll see. CFM, yeah, like maybe this could fill partly that gap. Run dropped off a lot. What's going on here, Run? I got a buddy that works for Sunrun out here in Tampa. Matt, what's going on, man? I was just with him I was with him just 2 days ago. We were at the Rays game. Why didn't you tell me this would be coming out here? No, I'm kidding. He doesn't know. Sunrun downgraded to underperform, neutral. What is it? Earnings? Anti-China policy, bill negative for clean energy. That just came in right now, I think, a moment ago. So a Rays down big. What else we got? Sunrun down big. All right, so those two maybe we'll look at. I mean, the run trade I like more, if anything, has a little bit more volatility to it. The array is a little bit slower. It's all right though. EMPH is $37. This thing dropped that much over the the last 6 months since Trump. This was like a $150 stock. So to see it down at like 37, that's crazy. All right, so I'm going to put this on our list here too with the Sunrun as potential shorts, or if they build higher lows, it could be a potential dead cat bounce there. All right, folks, let me know if anything else looks good though. Up, down, left, right, more than 5%. Just scared me for a second, Danielle. I'm just catching your chat right now. There's that lost sound, but back. Whew, scared me for a second there, Danielle. KDLY just has a bad spread, so there's just other trades that we're going to make easier money on. I'm not talking about easy in terms of like buying and hoping it like makes a big pop, because this could potentially make a big pop. But when there's just such tiny money out there on the order book, I'd rather make like a better decision on something that's more liquid. Yeah, Kel, I just saw that right there. So I'm catching up on some chats right now. Kel from YouTube, shout out to Kel as well, saying tax bill went through cutting clean energy. So yeah, we got the Sunrun trade. We got EMPH at least representing those. All right, what else we got here, folks? Anything else looking good? Just catching the chat right now. Mike with a nice bounce there on, or a nice short, I should say, on Sunrun. He got like over 3 points on that trade. He's probably been short on that for a little while. Nice trade. Ooh, nice pop on Bond. Yeah, from Lynn and Randy. This is pushing up pretty well. This came out of nowhere, just like right after I started the meeting. Good order book. Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to put this on our list. Good spread, most importantly. And nice. All right, cool. Good call. All right, checking out Benzinga Pro. Last call here, folks. It's already 9:19, 9:20 in the morning. Again, we have our huge Cyber Expo event coming up here later on today at 11 o'clock Eastern. We'll be starting. Bond, MLGO. Did I put MLGO on our list? I did. Asset on our list. All right, I'll tell you what, I like everything here, folks. No need to overcomplicate things, especially now with like a really clean pop and run on this thing here. So best of luck heading into the open for all of us. And let me just show this once more as I finish up at least. But again, as I'd stated earlier, we have our Cyber Expo event coming up at 11 o'clock today, 11 o'clock Eastern time. So make sure that you register, click the link that we posted inside our live trading room, as well as on social media. We'll post the link there in the comments. You can go right to our website, cybertradinguniversity.com, and register right there. Again, laundry list of great presenters here today. Wiz Buckley, huge fan of him as well. He's big on Amazon, big on the psychedelic stocks like the psilocybin mushroom stocks. He nailed those a while back. Big fan of him. Big fan of Jeff Gibby, Jay Trader. Up top, Melissa Armo is also great. I think that she was yesterday presented. But we have a great list of educators throughout the industry coming on today as well. So, enjoy. Looking forward to that. And as well, if you're on YouTube, stay tuned and go to Bookmap later on today, 2 o'clock Eastern time. I will be presenting there actually for a small hour-long presentation. And yeah, we'll talk to everybody soon, folks. Take care.